What's up, everybody? Hey, Mike, how's it going? Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. So, what is today? Today is Valentine's Day. And now we all know that, St. Valentine is a weird little individual. And I'm not going to get into the history of all that. I'm going to get into the history of love spells. People doing weird shit to people to get them to do a thing. Now, you might think, well, no, that's unethical. Well, let's talk about ethics, right? The ethics of a love spell under the right conditions are: one, you can do a thing and draw energy for a specific purpose. You can do it so that way what happens and how it happens, it comes to the fruition of your expression. It comes to the experience of what you're doing to draw love into your life, right? You need to bring somebody's love into your life. Well, you light a candle, you put out the herbs, you do that sort of thing, and it draws the love to you, right? You want to get into the pants of somebody else. You put their name on a candle, you can put the herbs around it, and you can try to overwhelm their will, right? No, that doesn't always work. If somebody's already into you, you can enhance the situation with lust. Absolutely, you can do this. Now, there's other applications of it where you have to think outside the box a little bit, because this is one of those things where if you've got a chronic pain patient and you're giving them pain medication and pain management, and you give them the drugs by which they can achieve pain management, right? The thing that they like. And by going through that thing, they are getting the result of pain management or getting the relationship or getting whatever it is going to bump their serotonin so that they can feel better, right? They feel a certain way. Then are they acting out of character? Are they acting as if a drug addict who's ruined their life because of the drugs? Or are they, while addicted to it physically, are emotionally stimulated by the situation at hand, so that way the situation at hand is okay enough for them to deal with and process? And so when you deal with a complex subject like love spells, long-term ones specifically, you have to think, what is going to be the outcome of this? Now, you can do conjurings of spirits. You can do spirit compulsions, where temporarily speaking, you raise up a spirit and you have it attached to your target. Or its goal is to manifest itself through the union of sexual fluid between you and your partner, so that it gets to exist in this world as soon as those two fluids come together. So it becomes its own entity physically forever here. Bam, it's done. It exists, right? The sexual union is completed. It's done its job. The funny part of the arrangement is, well, how well did it do its job, and how long does that job gonna last? Only insofar as it comes together in a singular. All it has to do is make it happen one time. It's up to you to figure out how to be able to make it last longer than just one time. So if you're not looking for like two pump chumps and you're looking for like regular interaction with things, conjuring up a spirit and having them possess your potential lovers, not really the best way to go about it on the most ethical level. That's kind of rapey. Now, to some degree, that's okay, because under the right conditions, if you're having something draw the spirit of the individual themselves out so that the effect of that particular spell is not bad for them, like it's not going to ruin their relationships, it's not going to absolutely destroy a marriage, or it's not going to cause them to have a situation in life that they're not looking for, right? It's like, for me, I did a love spell to conjure the dark heart, right? As I conjured out the darkness and the sadness inside me. And I'm like, all right, these are the things I want. I don't know from whom am I going to get them. So I put out the 7 pieces of rose quartz. I took the black candle. I said the spell, and boom. And in 7 days, I met a partner that I had for about 7.5 years. And then we broke up back in early pandemic of last year. Or no, not last year, early pandemic 2020, right? Shit, 2 years ago. It's like, I'm finally over that, right? And it's like, good for him for living the path that he needs to live. And it's taken me a while to regain the path of life that I want to live on because I was attached to that energy. I was inexorably woven to that spell. I had to recast it. I had to recreate it. And so day to day, a specific day, like the anniversary that I met that guy on, I met another guy, and it's been great since, And so it's a looped spell. It just it stays in play. It's just how it works is weird as fuck, right? And so when you do stuff like that, yeah, there's some shit that gets weird. There is some spell work that gets weird. And so when you think about casting a love spell or casting love spells for clients or trying to elicit the love of your honey, right? You got to think, all right, what's going to be the conditional arrangement? Is this something that's going to negatively affect them or me over the long term? If so, don't do it. If not, go for it. See what happens. Because under the right conditions, in the same kind of way that those energies can make a person feel really, really good, right? It can make you feel really, really good. It can also make you feel really, really bad also. And it gives you an attachment to a particular kind of energy. And then you have to account for if you've targeted to somebody specific and you're the caster of it, and it's to benefit you specifically, not for client to client, right? Client to target, client to subject, however you want to word it for whatever your sensitivities are. You're casting a spell for somebody, for someone else to be attached to that somebody that you're casting it for, right? So your energy doesn't really matter. What matters is their energies and how they're able to bond together. And so if they cannot bond together in an amenable way, then shit is going to go weird. Like I knew some folks way back when that they did a love spell for somebody and then dude ended up in fucking Folsom because he tried to rape and murder. Right? Like if I can't have you, no one will. Like that kind of a thing. That shit happens. Don't do that. Don't be stupid. Don't be evil. So when it comes to negating love spells, that's when Saturnine magic comes. Right? That's when you have to invite death to come in and sever the links or cut the bonds or cut the cords, right? The most popular spells before Valentine's Day are the love spell. The second most popular spells after Valentine's Day are Get My Lover Back. The third most popular are Cut the Cord. So those are the three spells that happen around this time of year. So we've talked about the indirect type of lover, where you're drawing the things that you want to have in your life. We're talking about the spells to get the individual that you're looking for. You're carving their name in a candle. You're putting the incense blend of the spell of the day that we made this morning around it. You could do that and light that off, and then that'll be that. I know I said I was going to light that on fire, but I decided not to. So these are the kinds of things that you have in your wheelhouse as a magician, as an occultist, as a witch, as a wizard, whatever it is, right? Now, what is going to be the thing that will allow you to get the lover back? That's the spell that's the one that I don't like to do. Because if they separate it from you, there's a good reason why. And chances are neither of you did the inner healing work that caused the separation in the first place. So let those fuckers go. Let them grow in whatever way they're going to sow their wild oats in the weeds, whatever. Like, let them grow in whatever way that they need to, so that you yourself can grow in whatever way you need to. So that way you become whole, they become whole. Because only when two people are whole can they join together in a union. Otherwise, they become a parasitic mess, and then it becomes bad. Then it becomes an infatuation, and it becomes bad for everybody. And it becomes abusive, it becomes toxic, it's all sorts of things, right? So lover return spells are bad. Reconciliation spells, so that you guys aren't at each other's throats and you guys like need to get over a fight, then you could use things like motherwort. Like that causes reconciliation, right? But I don't recommend using motherwort or things that are associated with that in conjunction with the love spell in order to be able to reconcile and dominate, like High John Root or like patchouli root, like we use today for that lust spell, right? So it draws out your passions. But now, fun stuff, right? Now you have the ingredients that I've told you about that will do all of these things. How you put them together is in your narrative, but I don't recommend it. I do not recommend that. Why? Because you each need to go through healing. You each need to have a new environment and new experiences. Your fate, your spirits have separated you off so that you're no longer attached to each other. right? And how do you cut the cords? How do you just make sure that you don't hurt anymore? Yellow dog and celandine, right? Celandine helps you escape a situation, usually for legal troubles, but yellow dog helps you cut and clear those ties. So if you've got spiritual bondage or garbage, then you can wrap a candle, carve their name into it, do it with the yellow dog powder. Mind your allergies and sensitivities, because pregnant ladies shouldn't use that herb. Or if they should, they shouldn't burn it, right? So that way you can cut the ties between the two of you. Yeah, you can do these elaborate cord cutting rituals where you've got a figure candle for one, you've got the figure candle for the other, and you've got the rope between it. And then you take out your silver magic scissors and you slice the cord and you light the candles and you burn it down, right? Or you have two figure candles or two puppets, and then you use fire to burn the cords between, right? You use a fire spell intermixed with the rope magic and the knot magic and the puppet spells and the anchoring spell. Like, that's big business. That is big business. Like, people like that stuff. People want that stuff because it makes them feel good. It's about giving that drug to them, that endorphin rush. Ha, I've got you under a spell. Is it really what you want, though? So this is why during a love spell, I'll get the effect of both persons. I'll get the effect of the person that wants it and the person they want it for, so that they're both under the same effect at the same time. Because you know what's really sad is I had a friend of mine years ago. She was an amazing witch. She wanted me to use a particular kind of magic. And I did. And I bonded her and her intended together. The thing is, he could feel what she could feel. The spell was set up that way. He admitted to feeling what she could feel. The problem is he didn't care. That broke her. So people are assholes. People are not worth entwining your soul together for. People aren't worth summoning up demons from the other side to be guides to be able to cause situations. They're not worth the trouble of trying to orchestrate for months on end the conditional arrangements so that you can get an orgasm with the person you want to get an orgasm with. You are better suited to getting an orgasm with someone who is going to bring to you that fruition without being evil. By evil, being destructive, being self-serving, being unuseful. You want to be able to have it so that way the thing that you get to be attached to, the through line of your connection between you and someone else, is done in such a way that it is positive, that it is a beneficial, that it is a benevolent force of good in your life. So that you get the therapy, you get the inner healing, you get the growth work, you get the shadow work, you get all of those things. So today's Right in the Afternoon is very, very short. It's just a cursory exploration of what is love magic and the applications of it. So with that, my friends, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you have a wonderful Monday, and I will see you tomorrow morning for the spell in the afternoon. Alrighty, my friend, or the spell of the day, and then the Right in the Afternoon. Alrighty, my friends. Bye for now, y'all.